Happy holidays, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend with the holidays. It's officially Monday, and we've got a lot of roster stuff to talk about as the trade window is starting to come to a conclusion. As always, every time we think things are starting to get solidified, someone goes and does something and changes it all. A lot of drama surrounding North America, and we'll try to clarify some of the things that are happening, but a lot of things have to be kept behind closed doors until we're allowed to make them public. So with that said, a whole bunch of roster change things to discuss. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Lawler here, inside source for all things Rocket League. Shoutouts to obviously all the efforts of Shift and everybody else behind the scenes making some of this stuff public. A lot of things to talk about in the roster scene. We're going to talk with EU, then NA, and the craziness that's going on over there. And we're still not even close to done. Former player of the Vodafone Giants, DmentZa, put out a tweet saying that he is now a free agent. I'll be looking for a team for the remainder of this RLCS season. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or any social media. So we saw the Vodafone Giants team that has and was formerly Team Queso that a lot of us thought like, yo, Atomic was supposed to go here and there. They stayed together. A lot of internal conflict has now started to fall apart. One of the many teams in that regard, SK Gaming and everything else. After this happened, shortly a few days later, DmentZa ended up putting out a tweet saying, hey, this is our roster for the winter split. It's myself, Thamway, and I don't know how to say this person's name. Kuxir. New up-and-comer, very talented player. Can't tell you how to pronounce the name at all. Don't want to butcher it either way. The team name is going to be under Pepepitos Canyons, which is actually Thamway's former team before they got picked up by RCD Espanol back in 2019. So throwback name, probably going to be looking for an organization. We'll see how that one plays out. Speaking of other roster changes and craziness in Europe, there's been a lot of things surrounding Team Liquid. A lot of rumors about how this team might potentially be sitting out. Well, we've got some more insight onto it, and I don't think this one's a rumor anymore. I think this one's just solidified. So, starts off with Ronicky putting out a tweet saying, Team Liquid has allowed me to search for new options, and with that, I am officially looking for a team. That was on December 21st. Shortly after that, Flakes also, a couple days later, on December 23rd, says he's free to explore options. NA/EU, I guess. Hit me up on here or Discord. So now there is another option for him, which just leaves a Chronic and Xperi there, which is what the rumors have been around. And then Shift put out their own message saying, according to sources, Team Liquid is planning to skip the winter split altogether. So, no results in fall, no results in winter if they choose to do this, but are set on signing two of the best upcoming talents in Oski and Atao, who we did a video on recently. If you guys don't know what I talk about, the future video I talked about with Team Liquid, make sure you guys go check that out for all the details. But it looks like the things that we talked about in that are pretty certain, where because Atao and Oski are not able to play until the spring split because they do not turn 15 until February, that means they would have to miss out. And rather than trying to put a band-aid on the situation and bring in new players that they're probably going to get rid of anyway, they're just like, you know what? Let's make this our team. We are going to be a Chronic, Oski, and Atao. We're going to play. We're going to scrim. We're going to act as if this is our starting lineup. But because we're not eligible, we're just going to sit out. We're going to play long con. We're going to wait for the future. So you can expect to see a Chronic, Oski, and Atao, just like you did in the Monaco Gaming 2021 event, continue to play together and build that chemistry and figure things out. And then when spring hits, see if they're a real roster, see if they do perform under pressure, and hopefully keep building that into the 2022-2023 season. So interesting to see. It does look like Team Liquid. This is not a rumor. This is the way things are going. And I will not be surprised if it continues to happen this way. I do commend, and I said in my video, I respect the decision. Team Liquid is looking forward into the future, and it'll be interesting to see if it pays off, because at the end of the day, there is no guarantees. So big risk here from Team Liquid, but commendable that they're willing to just throw away a season and wait until the start of next year. It's pretty crazy stuff. Also, according to Shift, Luminosity is going to be entering Rocket League. We've been wondering about what's happening with that former SK roster team, Tox, Ixo, and Yukio, since the rumors of Yukio going over to Heroic and everything else going on there. And it looks like Luminosity is going to be picking them up. And this is not a rumor. There's no like speculation on this. Shift is like, no, this is happening. The only time they usually do that is if they get the A-OK from the players and the people behind it. So I feel really bad for Luminosity if they were planning on a hype video for releasing it, but that's been spoiled. Whether it's the players who said it was okay or otherwise, this is the kind of stuff that you feel really bad for the organizations for. Either way, it's good for us because we get to talk about it and think about how it may go. But Tox, Ixo, and Atomic, Giants player. We talked about the disbandment just a bit ago about DmentZa. Atomic looks like he's going to be coming over to this roster. So, former SK Gaming team, now going to be Luminosity. Yukio out, bring in Atomic. We'll see this roster in action for the winter split. Pretty exciting stuff. Up next, Kuxir's Minions has been teasing that on December 14th, it's official. We've signed a contract. Things are great. We're super happy. Kuxir, Growly, and RXI are like, heck yeah, we got a tee. This is going to be awesome. Kuxir's talking about how this is the most motivated he's felt in a very long time to play, which is kind of scary for other people to think about. But they ended up putting out a tweet, actually, on December 24th, saying sometimes things are just not meant to be. We are sure it's a decision for the better, though. Sorry to everyone who might feel lied to. Even us believed in this, which is really unfortunate. These are the ones that you wish you had more information on. I do know who was supposed to sign them, and I do not think they want that information to be public, so I will keep it a secret for now. But it makes me question why. I'm not exactly sure. This seemed like it was a pretty surefire thing. It was a logical step. Things seem to be working out. The only other thing I can think of is that organization has decided to pick up somebody else based upon some of the rumors that are going on. So, all in all, some pretty crazy things happening over in Europe, but we're not done because we still got to talk about the big one in NA that's causing a bunch of issues, which is what this video is pretty much about. North America continues to be all waiting on one key piece of the puzzle going to where they think it is, and then a chain reaction of things will happen after. I have talked personally with the co-founder and lead reporter for Shift, Achilles, behind the scenes before this stuff ended up coming out. And based upon my sources and his sources, this one is an interesting one. There's not a whole lot of details because I do know all of them based upon the sources that I've talked to about the specifics of what is happening. But out of respect and for professionalism reasons, they have asked us to keep a lot of these things private until what may happen. Obviously, they want to see how results and stuff play out until we make this information public. So I plan to be doing a video on the what ifs, the things that may or may not have happened after all these rumors happen and all these things come to fruition and the January 2nd trade window closes. But until then, keeping my mouth shut out of respect for the people, and then I will reach out again, get confirmation that it is okay to make it public, and then we'll spill the beans. For now, if you guys want to make sure you don't miss out on that, hit subscribe. The big thing that Shift is talking about and things that I've been alluding to is having to do with Beast Mode. There's been a lot of rumors surrounding Beast Mode, Space Station, Envy, and primarily G2. Heck, you can throw FaZe and Rogue in there as well. Pretty much a lot of teams in North America. And a lot of them have been basically debating on where a certain player or two goes. Shift ended up putting out a tweet stating that despite appearing on the verge of joining Torment and Calm on V1, free agent Beast Mode has now reportedly been trying out with Team Envy in place of Turbopulsa. After that tweet, they made a correction, and that correction is because it was actually Beast Mode who was trying out for Atomic, not Turbopulsa. So it'd be Turbopulsa, Mist, and Beast Mode if things go through. I can tell you, I'm pretty certain Space Station has solidified their player. It looks like FaZe, that situation is still, we'll have to wait and see if it happens or not. And then other parts moving about, it's going to be wild here in the next week. The biggest thing, though, is people wondering what's been going on with Atomic. I don't know if it's been said publicly or people know. There's been rumors that Atomic is supposed to be going to G2 in place of Drees. Whether that is true or not, we'll have to wait and see, but according to my sources, it is most definitely a possibility. So, a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, but to try to summarize and do my best, a couple different ways you can do this. Obviously, I have my roster document, which I'll leave in the link down below with all the rumors and stuff that are going on. Also, if you guys haven't already, go check out Shift's Discord, go support them on Twitter, whatever it may be. A lot of this conversation, a lot of the hard work that goes into finding this information out is on there as well. So make sure you guys go support the sources. And if you want to be on the forefront of this, those are the places to do it. So to summarize, V1 is looking at potentially Beast Mode, Aqua, maybe Drees now. Who the heck knows? Space Station, I think a lot of people are leaning towards Daniel as likely. G2 is possibly looking at Atomic. Cypical possibly going over to FaZe, Illusion possibly to Rogue or somewhere else. Who knows? Aqua, V1, or Rogue, depending on how things play out. Beast Mode was supposedly supposed to be with V1, but is now trying out with Envy last second. And there's a whole lot more still that hasn't been brought to light. So NA is all over the place. I talk a lot about how these decisions can change split second, depending on how things are playing out, what scrims happen, what availability happens. And this is a key point of that. There is more details that will possibly come out in the future, but as of right now, out of respect for the players and the people involved and the sources that have been telling me these things, they would like to keep those a secret. So more details and specifics with like buyouts and reasons as to why, hopefully in the future. And I really hope we can make some of this stuff public, because sitting on this stuff, it's frustrating. You can even see it from Achilles, the co-founder of Shift. I think he deleted it, but there was a tweet basically stating that some of the decisions by some of these players are childish. There was another tweet with a lot more details that he deleted pretty quickly as well, that we're going to just let be deleted, but it alludes to some of the things that may be happening. So again, we'll have to wait and see on how things play out, but yeah, it's an interesting situation going on here. You guys hear me advocate for the decisions being made by younger people and wanting it to be more on the professional side of things. I wish organizations had a bit more control personally, but I also understand in negotiations, the players need some sort of protection so they don't get taken advantage of and screwed over. So again, there's a lot of moving parts. There's no easy way to get around this stuff. There's no easy way for this stuff to be solved. Because there's a lot of things on the line. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see on how these things play out. I will try to do my best to keep you guys up to date on these, but yet another day in trade window, and to think this is only the first of 2 this year, we got a week to go. Pretty crazy stuff. With that said, if you guys enjoy the content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, notifications. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.